Hello everyone, this is Waqas Ahmed again, and today we are here with the new training. It's called Terraform, a wonderful tool, a very wonderful tool which is being adopted by most of the companies around the world. So if you just, like the most of the companies nowadays is adopting this tool. It's very demanding tool in the CV. If you know this, it's very simple to use, and once you start using it, you will become used to of it, and very important to learn at this particular time because it's being asked in the interviews right now, and it's a very demanding tool, and you should keep yourself updated. So in this tool, we will go from very basic to the master's level, like a pro in the Terraform. And the best thing in this training, I will guarantee you, this is totally a hands-on training. We will do the experiments and we will install the Terraform, and this is not theoretical training. There is no typical slides or anything. I will be using this book, Terraform book, which is written by Kevin. It's a wonderful book, and I'm just using this book as a reference, so I did not miss any topic. So we will go from each topic by topic, and I will cover everything in detail with the practical hands-on. So let's jump to it. So first of all, today in this video, we will just give the Terraform introduction, like why exactly is Terraform and why should we configure this. This varies. So the first answer of the question would be why we use Terraform, and is it the only tool available in the market? There are multiple tools, and why we are only focusing on this tool. So the answer is simple. Like, there are multiple tools in the market. For example, if you talk about the cloud providers, we have two or three main big cloud provider in the company: Azure, we have AWS, we have GCP, and nowadays there is Alibaba and Oracle too in the market. So AWS provide its own tool. It's called CloudFormation, which is used to configure the infrastructure from the code. Now the companies and the big organization, they are focusing on the automation part. They want to automate the infrastructure. You don't need to go to log into the cloud provider, log into the Azure AWS account and then create your EC2 instance, or maybe log into the Azure account and create your virtual machine there. That's not the company want. They want the automation of the infrastructure, and this is where these tools come in the picture. With the cloud formation, if you talk about the AWS tool, you can go there, you can write your code, and based on your code, it will auto deploy your infrastructure. A wonderful tool is used in AWS. But the best, the thing which I don't like in the cloud formation, honestly, it makes you vendor specific. You are just writing the code for AWS and you are being the vendor locking, like in the final you will go. And if you want to go for some other vendor, you will have to get used to of some other languages, and that makes it difficult. Like, if there is 5 vendors, you have to learn 5 different tools. There comes the Terraform in the picture. So that's the answer of the first question. It's a tool to automate the infrastructure on any cloud, whether it's GCP, whether it's AWS, whether it's Azure. Almost all the cloud vendor, the big cloud vendor, Terraform is supporting this, and there is a very rich documentation. Like, we will go through the documentation as well. So that's the answer of your question. There are tools like Terraform, there are cloud formation, there are Azure template, resource managed template, but the Terraform, the reason for using Terraform is it's an automation tool and it can be used from any cloud. So you just need to learn it once and you can apply it everywhere. That's the beauty of Terraform. Then second thing, we have discussed there is another tool. It's called Ansible. Some of the guys become very confused between these tools, like when to use Terraform and when to use Ansible. Ansible is also an automation tool, which from the Red Hat. You have to understand the difference. If you're using Terraform, it's the infrastructure configuration tool. Means you are creating the infrastructure, you are creating the RDS account, you are creating the EC2 instance. If you talk about the AWS, you are creating the storage account, you are creating the virtual machine, you are creating the function. If you talk about the Azure, and same goes for the GCP, you are creating the infrastructure. But if you want to from if you want to configure the EC2, like, okay, I have created the EC2 instance. Now I want in my EC2 instance, I want to configure the database. I want to configure the, let's suppose, it's a Windows, and I want to configure the Apache server maybe, or the IIS server, or Nginx server on that instance, and I want to configure Kafka. I want to configure other services inside the instance. Then the Ansible comes to the play. So it's that's the difference between the Ansible and the Terraform. If you want to configure the infrastructure, I mean, provision the infrastructure, so that's the infrastructure provisioning tool, and this is the infrastructure configuration tool. This is very minor difference you need to keep in your mind. uh, Very simple to install Terraform. So you will just go to www.terraform.io, and you can see like it almost support all the operating system. You can just download. If you go for the Linux, it supports Ubuntu, Red Hat, Fedora, and you will get the command how to install on this machine. If you talk on Windows user, like we will doing the practical on this one on Windows machine, so you can download the Terraform from here and install on your machine. And it's a good practice whenever you're using the Terraform, always set up a workspace and start working. I have already installed on this one, so let me quickly jump to the workspace where we will be working, and let me make the YouTube Terraform a directory, and let's go inside the directory, and there will be, and the tool, the IDE, the infra, the we will be using in this training is called Visual Studio Code. So it's a very good tool. You should familiarize yourself with the Visual Studio if you are not using already. And so it's provide multiple benefits. You can install the extensions of Terraform, and it will auto create the commands for you. This tool we'll be using in the Terraform, and I think that's pretty much the introduction. And so I'll see you in the next video about the first Terraform configuration. Thank you.